I think the assignment was to talk about an event or a non-event, and I chose to talk about a non-event, which is my own train of thought. And usually when I talk about my thoughts, I use a lot of words. So this, for me was the first time to put my thoughts into images. And I got really carried away, and I don't know if it's going anywhere. What I wanted to talk about is that for me, one of the things I found interesting in the past couple of years is that when we think about what transformation is, we are sort of stuck in the old concept of power. So on the right, that's the old concept of power, of somebody having power, oppressing other people, and that power is still there. And then this one is about the positive concept of power in the Foucauldian sense. So not in the sense of the internet, but I just thought this was funny because I never blocked to use the I like it thing. And I just wanted not to lecture, but just to give a little bit of explanation about, because I think it's often misunderstood what the positive concept of power is, because it's not about having power, but that power works in the sense of creating, constructing the world, creating subjectivities, creating means of being, which can be both enabling, because you can be something, but also constraining, because some ways are being made possible and other ways are not being made possible. And I think one of the important things then is that power is fluid, that structures are not out there, but they are in us, they are in our bodies. And I wanted to try and say something about, if you use that concept of power, that you have to again sort of rethink what transformation is. And then a lot of what is transformation, for instance, is about what kind of tools do we use. So I looked up Google Images tools, and I came across all these very nice tools. And then I thought, so if we think about transformation, do we think about the what? What do we use? What tools? What checklist? What action? What medium? Is it Twitter, a blog, a book, a meeting, going into the street or something like that? Can you go to the next one? And then just click. I did something really fancy. Can you click? Yeah. So, or is it about the tool in context? So you have, these are all tools, but they are in different contexts. And then I think the point is to think about whether a tool or an act or a practice or something is transformative is not in the tool. It's in the context. And it's that's how you can think. And then I try to think about, can you go to the next one? I thought I would take 15 minutes, but apparently not. If you use a tool, when is a tool or something transformative? I think it becomes transformative when it is interrogating, when it's interrupting or disrupting something. And I actually really like this one, because let's say the interrogation sign is very old concept of power. One person, really being over the other person. I thought, so what are we interrogating? That exercise of power, or are we interrogating that concept of power? The point for me is then transformation, I think, is about disruption. So interruption, it's about engaging with how the system works. So you have to understand how the system works, how power is being reproduced. And then what? And I think one of the things in terms of how disruptive or how transformative is also what happens after that. So you can be radical, you can disrupt, you can go out of the box, you can do all these sort of things. But the point is that if power is positive and constructive, it also makes who you are. So that's why I put in the status quo, to be or not to be. If you disrupt, you have to find a new way to be somebody or to act or to do something. So it leaves it also leaves you confused, and I think when systems of power are being disrupted, people feel lost, and you have to reinvent yourself, and you do that with the heritage that you have. And the risk then is that you also reproduce which was already there. So let's say the space for really doing something new maybe we overestimate it. Then this one is my personal question. It's about, okay, if you want to interrupt how the system works, what do you need? So you need a brain. That would be my default position. So you need to think. You need creativity. But you also need the heart. And you need the connection. And then I saw this image, which sort of creative, networked, practicing something new, going into a space where we have never been. That's it.